This is what the inside looks like. Welcome back. Today we're making brookies and I'm so excited because it's my first time making brookies. If you don't know what that is, it's basically bars that are brownie and cookie combined. So it's the best of both worlds, as they say. I don't even know if I've ever eaten a brookie before, to be honest with you. This might be my first time making and eating a brookie. This is a big deal. Let's get right into it. First, I am browning a stick of butter. This is for the chocolate chip cookie dough. If you watched the thick versus thin chocolate chip cookie recipe, you know brown butter makes all the difference. The brown butter makes all the difference. The brown butter makes all the difference. And that's because of the brown butter. They have it with the brown butter. So good. So the butter is browning nicely. You can see all those brown bits at the bottom, which is where all the flavor comes from. You just have to be careful at this step because you don't want it to burn. So this is browned enough in my opinion, and now I'm just pouring it into a bowl to cool off. You gotta get all those brown bits in there. All right, and using the same pan, I'm gonna be browning the butter for the brownie batter now. So this is a brown butter extravaganza that we're doing today. Everything is getting brown. And this one calls for a cup of butter. This recipe has a lot of butter, a lot of sugar. This recipe's not for the weak, okay? So doing the same thing here, just mixing that, letting it brown for a few minutes. While the butter for the brownies is browning, I just wanna show you my little method I have over here, the thing I set up. You see this? Two things are happening at once with this recipe. We have cookie dough and we have brownie batter, and I did not wanna get confused, I didn't wanna mess up, so I set everything up. That's my cookie dough line, and this one in front is my brownie line. Everything's already measured, we are ready to go. All right, this is definitely browned. I'm just taking it off the heat for just a quick second because I didn't want it to burn, like I said before. But look at this steam. Do you see this steam coming off of the stove? Isn't that weird? So now I'm adding the cocoa powder to the hot saucepan and combining it this way. I've literally never made... Okay. There goes that shirt. There goes my shorts. I mean, I don't know if that's gonna come out. Perfect. I had to tap the spatula. I think I just did it again. All right, so don't do what I just did, kids. But it wouldn't be a baking video if I didn't make some kind of spill like that, apparently. Becoming a regular thing now. So I'm gonna kind of put it back on the heat, let it combine. We're covered in butter, we're covered in cocoa powder. I just wanted everyone to know that. All right, good stuff. This is what that looks like now, nice and chocolatey. I'm adding in 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And of course, adding in the dark chocolate chips. And I just want to point out, I thought about putting an apron on before this video, but I thought, hey, let's mix it up. I'll keep it casual this time, not put the apron on. And yet here we are. I mean, that is such a lesson learned. Next time, you will see me in an apron. Comment below if you saw that spill coming or if you were just as surprised as I was. So here it is. We're gonna let this sit aside and cool while we continue on with our cookie dough. Continuing on with the cookie dough, we're going to add in the brown sugar to the brown butter and some coconut sugar. Now I'm just whisking that. It's gonna combine, become lighter and fluffier. I mentioned this in my previous video with the ice cream cookie sandwiches, that a lot of the times people might make stuff and it might not turn out as good as they wanted it to or as good as it should have turned out, and that's because you don't take the time to do certain steps. And this is one of those times where you really need to take the time and combine the sugars and the butter, because it's not supposed to look like this. It's not supposed to just be like, oh, we just mixed it together and it's combined. It's gonna actually get aerated when you whisk it. It becomes lighter, it becomes fluffier. You'll see in a few minutes, it'll actually be a completely different color. It's literally been 10 hours, but I'm glad I pulled through and I kept doing it because I wanted to show you the difference. So you see how it's lighter, it's fluffier. It's completely different from what we started out with. And that's because you just need to keep pushing through and take the time and mix it together, and it'll get like this. Now we're adding in the egg, everyone's favorite part, the one-handed egg crack. Let's see how we do today. All right, a piece of shell went in there, but honestly, like, not that bad. It was kind of in slow motion though, I'm not sure why. And then we're adding in the vanilla. I don't even remember what the recipe called for. I'm just gonna do 2 capfuls, and I think that'll be good. And then just whisking that together. This looks nice and fluffy, and you can see all those brown butter bits in there. And now I'm just adding in a little bit of milk. There we go. Have you guys ever tried this milk? It's like the A2 milk. It's supposed to be, I don't know, better for you. I don't know. But let me know if you've tried that and what you think of it. Because I was between this one and a different one that wasn't A2, and I was just like, I'll just go with this one. But I was reading the back of it and it convinced me. I was like, I'll buy it. Now I'm adding in the flour, baking soda, baking powder, salt, all in here. I'm gonna fold that in. I think the reason why you wanna fold flour in mostly is because you don't wanna overwork it, because then I think it activates the gluten more and makes it maybe more tough. And then also you go slowly and fold it in, because if you went fast, obviously the flour would just come out and get all over you. This is what it looks like pre-chocolate chips. And I know there's still some flour streaks in there, but that's because I'm obviously gonna mix it more when I put the chocolate chips in there. When I have all these little white bowls, all I see is more dishes to do, dirty dishes. But it's okay, it makes it easier. They call it mise en place, mise en place, something like that. It means everything in its place, or like everything has a place and everything in its place, something like that. But it definitely makes the process easier when you just have everything lined up like that. So much better than running back to the recipe, measuring it out, running back to the recipe, pouring it in. Then what's next? It's better if you just get it all prepared first, and then you're ready to go. So here we go, our cookie dough is all done, and we're gonna pop this in the fridge while we work on the brownie batter. So now we're onto the brownie batter, and we have 3 eggs. So let's see, out of 3, can I redeem myself from the last one? Ready? Oh, that was much better. It was quicker, it was cleaner. There we go, we had a straggler for a second. Number 2. Yeah, oh, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Okay. I know the trick is to go nice and fast, and it'll be a clean break, and then it just boom, right in half. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I say that, and then that one almost with a piece of shell. There we go. Did I redeem myself? Let me know. Now I'm adding both sugars, which is brown sugar and coconut sugar. And our white bulb pile just grows and grows. And we're gonna whisk that together. I have been craving something sweet, so I am really excited for these, and I'm also going to top them with some homemade vanilla ice cream. So it's gonna be
Brookies a la mode.
How does that sound? Now we're whisking in 2 teaspoons of vanilla, so this time I know for sure it's gonna be 2 capfuls. Well, actually I don't know for sure because I've never actually measured the cap. It's not like I know, but I think it's probably right. There we go. Dab the extra on my wrist like it's perfume. Just give that a quick whisk to combine. Now we're taking our chocolate mixture from the stove and we're gonna pour it in there. It is still lukewarm, but that's fine. You just don't want it to be hot because then it's gonna cook the eggs. So I'm just gonna kind of whisk it at the same time. Look at that. It smells so good, and it hasn't even baked yet. It already smells amazing. Are you the type of person to eat cookie dough, brownie batter, raw? Is that you? If so, leave a comment, let me know. Find your people in the comments. Maybe you guys will be a little raw eating machine. You guys can have a raw cookie dough, brownie batter fan club. This is what it looks like. You can see it got much thicker. Look at it, so shiny. Now we're just adding in the flour, and salt was mixed in with that too. And now adding in our chocolate chips. Our white bulb pile is finally complete. And here is the finished brownie batter. Now you're supposed to use an 8x8 pan, which I normally have, but this time I don't. So I'm using this smaller pan. I know what you're thinking. How's that ever gonna work? We're gonna find out together. It is smaller, so I'm gonna bake it for less time, I think, but I don't really know because it's gonna be so layered and thick that I don't know how, maybe it'll bake the same amount of time. I don't know. We're gonna find out together. First thing we're doing is putting a layer of brownie batter on the bottom. This is very exciting. I can't believe we have made it almost to the finish line. I was gonna mention earlier that this process, this isn't something I would make on the daily. It's not a quick thing to make. It's kind of a process because obviously you're making 2 things. You're making cookie dough, you're making brownie batter. You're making 2 desserts in one, so it's not as quick as just whipping up brownies. So I'm just spreading this layer on the bottom here. And I think that was good. Or maybe I should add a little bit more. I don't know. It stinks I don't have the right size pan, but we are just rolling with it. Like I always say, work with what you have. I'm just afraid this is gonna be so thick that it's never gonna bake. I have that problem with banana bread. When it's in the loaf pan, it just, in the middle, it like never bakes through for me. Is it just me? Is it happening to other people? I don't know. So I took the cookie dough out of the fridge and using the same spoon, I'm gonna dollop, just big dollops like this. Right there, big spoonfuls. I'm just gonna put right on there and just gonna roll with it. We're living on a prayer right now. Or should I say baking on a prayer? Thank you. Going in with another one. This is what it's looking like so far. I think pretty good, right? We just have 2 more layers to go. Continuing on, just pouring the rest of the brownie batter right on top. I'm really hoping for the best here. This is gonna be the thickest bar that I've ever made. This is our last layer. Just a little bit of cookie dough left. I'm gonna try and spread it out on top, so we'll see how that goes. All right, this is what it looks like. We're about to pop it into the oven. I tried, you can see it looks kind of funny, like I zigzagged it around. It's because I tried to get it where you were getting brownie and cookie dough with every slice. So we'll see how that turns out. Wish me luck. Okay, I think it's time to take them out. They've been in for over an hour. I don't know exactly how long they've been in, but I know it's been over an hour. Whew. A little bit ago, I put this on there so that the top wouldn't get too brown. Hello, this is huge. Get a closer look at that. Wow. Okay, I checked it previously and it was still doughy to me. I just felt like it was not cooked in the middle at all. And I'm afraid that it's still not. But it's like, how much longer am I gonna wait? I don't know what to do. I think I'm gonna pop it back in for another 10 or 15 minutes. And then I'm gonna take it out officially. Okay, so I officially took it out and this is what it looks like. Wow, I mean, this looks so good. This is really heavy. You can only imagine how much this weighs. This has to be 20 pounds. I don't even know. This is really heavy. And of course, we have our salt. Who remembers that from the cookie video? With a heavy pinch of salt. This is how you would call me. Francesca, Francesca. And I'd be like, salt? And we're just gonna sprinkle that flaky sea salt right on top. Salty sweet is such a great combo. If you haven't tried it, just know that you're missing out. All right, so I'm just gonna take this out just like this. Oh my gosh. Who's ready for this? I don't even know if you're ready for this. How did he do with the layers? You can't even tell. We're gonna have to cut her open. This is what the inside looks like. So you can see the brownie layer, you can see the cookie layer. I may have overbaked it actually, of course. All right, this is the middle. Oh my gosh, this piece is huge. It's still hot. This is what it looks like, by the way. You can see it's studded with all that salt. And I'm putting some homemade vanilla ice cream. This is from the day that we made the ice cream cookie sandwiches. So I'm gonna take this big middle piece, just like that, and I'm just gonna spoon this right on there. Like, how much money would this be in a restaurant if you got this as your dessert? I don't even know. Like, at least like what, $15? The ice cream is getting a little melty. It's gonna be so good. This looks amazing. Now we have to do our taste test. Look at that. Oh my gosh. See that steam? Wow. Okay, this is better than I thought. I was worried actually. This is very good. Oh, it reminds me of a skillet cookie and you have ice cream on top of that. I mean, it was kind of a lot of work in terms of making two separate desserts and combining them, but at the end of the day, it was worth it. You can probably already guess what I'm about to say. You definitely need a glass of milk with that. It's so thick and rich and delicious and just so good. The ice cream does help cut that and it helps you kind of get a little bit refreshed, but you need a glass of milk. There's nothing more that can be said. It's the perfect pairing. That is a very, very good dessert. I'm so happy we made that, especially because it was my first time. And I was worried because I never made a recipe from this specific food blogger before, but I'm glad I tried it out. It turned out really good. If you have any suggestions of what you want me to make next, please comment them below and I will see you next time.